Lego, stories, anything superheroes, villains. He likes the villains for some reason, we don't know why.
Yeah. But then when he tells the story, the good guys still always win.
When we found out the diagnosis, I was in the hospital with Ted, and the head paediatrician at Bankstown came in and basically said to me that they'd found blasts on one of the films. He said that was indicative of leukaemia.
It's like the air's sucked out of the room and all of a sudden, you know, there's this big gasp and you remember you've got to actually breathe as well, and you've got to put a foot in front of the other, and somehow you've got to manage to do that.
Leukemia represents a paradigm, if you like, for childhood cancer. It's very toxic therapy for these children, and in the ward they're treating the side effects of cancer more than the cancer itself.
As steroids started to kick in and certain treatments, he just became lethargic. He just wanted to sit in his bed, he was irritable.
Seeing that lack of energy, that you lose the kid that was 1,000,000 miles an hour.
We in the Institute developed a molecular genetic test that could pick up these very small numbers of leukemia cells, down to one leukemia cell amongst 1,000,000 normal cells. Using that information, we could therefore tell the treating doctor whether or not the treatment that they were giving to that child was working or not.
Ted lit up when Oscar walked in the room, and Andrew and I were fortunate enough on one level to be at the hospital quite a lot together, and we got to do this together, but the downfall of that meant that we spent a lot of time away from Oscar.
There's a bell in the ward. The kids get to ring the bell when they've finished treatment. You look now at it and you can see, oh, he's still a bit out of it, but he was happy. Just ringing that bell was awesome.
Being told Ted was in remission was relief. It's 2 years that we'd worked towards that point. We'd accomplished it.
I certainly see the time in the future when no child with cancer will have to die from their disease.
Even though Ted's finished his treatment, I think that the ongoing research is really important, because there's long-term side effects that we're not sure if they will present or how they'll present in TED.
Today we have approximately 18,000 adults who are survivors of childhood cancer. 70% of them have one or more chronic health conditions as a result of the treatment that they received as a child. I would love to see a time in the future when a child like Ted is given a form of treatment that doesn't have the side effects that we see today. We couldn't do the work we do without community support. For every dollar that we raise from either the federal or state government, this has to be matched with a dollar from the community.
He's so positive and he's such a bubbly boy.
I'm loving his enthusiasm for just life, learning stuff, and yeah, he lives life full speed. He doesn't do things by half, so
yeah,
you just sort of hope that he gets to keep living life full speed, like being him, 120%.